What if the secret to getting rich wasn't about hustling harder, but actually doing less? Stick around because today I'm going to show you how embracing simplicity can explode your income. And it start by challenging everything you think you know about scarcity and abundance. So, if you don't know me already, my name is Quan, and I help people to generate income through a system I create. And I've been consistently doing that for 2 or 3 years now, generating income for all type of niche and all type of people. So there it is. So today, I'm gonna flip the script on wealth. Forget about the grind. It's time to really uncover how doing less actually lead to more prosperity. So, when ordinary people become extraordinary, they commit to something larger than themselves. So, for example, my journey began with uh, the education project. It's a mission for me to help as much people in this world to alleviate the education gap that we have. And I want to create a platform where information can be distributed essentially anywhere, everywhere for free. And everyone should have the same amount of opportunities if they are willing to put in the work. So my goal isn't just to, oh, I'm gonna release some video and help with the information crisis. It's to actually solve it. So this commitment really, really reshaped my life because it taught me that true transformation start from a bold vision. Some people who start with a small dream, they always think that, oh, I need to take the small step first. That is the way for you to start, but that's not how you will achieve your goals. So, what I mean by that is when you set a goal, make it bold and ambitious. Make it so that, oh, you are crazy. So if someone hear your goals and they don't think you are crazy, your goal is not big enough. Or if you don't slightly freaking cringe at your goal, it is not big enough. Because right now, my goal is not something mundane. Like, oh, I don't want to make, I just want to make 10 grand a month. Oh, I just want to make 5 grand a month. No, none of that. What I want is to create a platform or a information distribution that essentially will solve all of mankind problems where they block this certain type of content or they block this certain type of opportunities for different people from different country. I want everyone to have the same opportunities no matter where they go, as long as they put in the same amount of work as the other person. If they are willing to put in more work, I feel like they should be rewarded more. That's what I want. And just because you are in a certain place in your life where you have more access to different type of information, it really, really shouldn't make you so much ahead of someone who just are blocked by a certain amount of information. That's not fair. And I want to change that. So, this is more than really is. I don't know how long this would take for this project. And I don't even know where to start. Again, it's a bold vision. It's something that you can look forward and dedicate the rest of your life to. You don't, like I said, you don't have to be extraordinary to start. Commitment make you extraordinary, okay? So, let's talk about scarcity. It's an unseen barrier that's killing your dream. We're conditioned to believe that there's not enough. There's not enough time, there's not enough money, there's not enough opportunities. We're conditioned to think that. But here's the truth. Scarcity essentially is a mindset. It really isn't about reality. What I've learned traveling the world was that different different people have different scarcity in their mindset. Some country might be worried about food. Some country might be worried about girls. Some country worried about wealth. All of those are scarcity because their mindset is narrow. But in essentially, if you look at it from a broad perspective, it really isn't a problem because there is plenty of girls out there. There's plenty of wealth to go around. And there's plenty of opportunities to go around. Like I said, I know it sounds kind of weird because, oh, I've taught all my life that, oh, um, I don't have enough of this, or the world doesn't have enough of this. It really isn't. It really is just that you are looking through a lens that is distorting your view. It's making us compete really unnecessarily. Because some people think that, oh, I need to make money. And guess what? What does people think where most people of their money come from? Oh, most of the money really come from, oh, getting a good job. Oh, well, it's a good job. A good job is a job in tech and IT. A lot of people are conditioned in that way. They're conditioned to think that, oh, money equal good job equal IT. But now everyone is going to IT, and there is not enough job for everyone. So now they start to have that scarcity mindset. Not a good, not enough IT job, not enough good job. Oh, money is scarce. So there we go. It's because you are putting in yourself in environments that you have to compete and not putting yourself in an environment where you can essentially show what you are worth and thrive. It's the same with the dating market. Some people think, oh, I need to go to a bar to get girls. Okay. And they go, da 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 da, time to go to bars. So they go to this bar, and in this bar, they have, oh, 20, 40 girls compared to 80 guys. And now the ratio is 1 to 4. So in their mind, they think, oh, girl are scarce. So I have to work really, really hard to get these girls at the bar. It's because they're putting themselves in an environment where everything is scarce. Scarcity really is a mindset. So if you were to be that guy at the bar or get the guy at the IT job and think, hmm, this market right now really isn't for me. I'm not getting what I want and everything I have to compete for. Oh, time to move on. For example, if that guy at the bar go to something more woman dominated, like there's more girls there, like a dance club, like an improv class, like a volunteering opportunities, or even something like a CrossFit class. Those are or yoga class. Those are heavily, heavily geared toward women. And if you put yourself in that market, your scarcity suddenly becomes abundance. Same thing with the guy with IT. If he apply, he learn all that skill, and now instead of going into IT, he switch a little bit and he frame a different job where, for example, he's essentially doing the same job for a different type of company. Have you ever heard of doing IT for hospitals? No one ever heard of that. No one ever done it. Or have you ever heard of doing IT for a chiropractor? Just because you really haven't looked, that doesn't mean it's not there. If you really narrow your vision, you will essentially start to see a lot of scarcity. And that is really is a big, big problem that a lot of people are facing nowadays. So, there it is. That's the first myth, okay? There is not enough. That is a myth. There's not enough. There's always enough for everyone. So it leads to the second myth. More is better. And the third myth is that's just the ways things are. So, like I said, with the first myth, I've broken it down with the uh, example of the guy at the bar and the guy at the club at the IT. That lead to a second myth. More is better. More doesn't always mean better. So think about this. You are a student. You decide to pack your schedule from morning to night. Oh, you took all of the classes that you can in school. So you have to start waking up at 5 to do homework. You have to wake up at 5 to do homework. At 7, you go to school. You just keep going and going. You don't have a lunch break. Just going, going every single day till nighttime. So nighttime come around. Oh, you decide to take more classes. You decide to go and take dance class. You decide to go and take karate class. You decide to go and take boxing class. So now your day doesn't really end until 9. So some people might think, okay, if that student stick through all of that, he will succeed, right? Because he's taking on more things, and if he passed it, he will have more things at the end. Yes, and really is no. So the way that things work is that if you are putting in effort into something, you are sacrificing something else. So in this case of this student, he later on realized that this was really is too much. He didn't have time to talk with his friends. He didn't have time to develop a relationship. He didn't have time to really is explore what he really likes. And he didn't have time to rest. So, in a sense, more really isn't better. It, in his mind, if he just really full out pack his day, he'll succeed, right? But he soon start to realize that, oh, his friend don't need him anymore. Oh, he no longer even talk to his mom and his dad anymore. Their relationship kind of crumble. And even when he have all this skill, he know to dance, he know to do karate, he know to have perfect grade in school, but he wasn't happy. He is just exhausted of every single day just doing this whole thing, and it just seemed to him now that he are in that situation an absolute mess. And at some point he didn't want to wake up anymore. He's just so sap of that energy because he committing himself to so much more thing. So more is not always better. It is essentially a mind. It's kind of like a curse that we put on ourselves, really. Oh, how would I maximize my time? How do I spend more, more, and more? You never really think, how do I put in less, less, and less? It's always more, more, more. How do I put in more effort, more effort, more effort? Never is, how do I put in less effort, right? Because we're conditioned to think that, oh, we always need to do more every single day. And that might be good to start. If you are doing absolutely nothing with your life, that's great to start. But now, since you are committing to something already, you have a life direction. Adding more thing onto it only cripple it. And you'll start to stop enjoying the process because of how much things you have put on yourself. So, more is not always better. More is only good when you aren't sacrificing things that you love as well. So, more is only good when it is meaningful. More is never good if you're just doing it for the sake of doing more. So, the third myth is that's just the way it is. That's just the way things are. So this, you clearly see um, what's wrong with this, right? It's really simple. If you don't, then let me explain to you. If you are going about your life accepting everything as, oh, this is just how it should be, then you're going about your life conforming to some other people idea who is who themselves make the change. So someone else have make the change, and now you're just, oh, this is how things are. I can't change it. Somebody else have already changed it before you. That's how it become what it is today. But if you are going about your life as being unhappy, but in a quiet desperation of looking for a way out, but really isn't, you just, oh, this is the way, how the way things are, then let me tell you, you'll never really see changes. If you are accepting the norms, then you'll become the norms. If you embrace changes, changes will happen. There's no way, there's not a thing that is, oh, that is just the way things are. Things become things purposely. Everything becomes something because they have a reason to. A flower blooms so that it could give way for more buds, or a tree make fruit so that it could give way for more trees, or birds sing so they could get made. I don't know. But everything has a reason. Nothing is just the ways things are. Because the ways things are is only when you accept it. So if you think, oh, that's just the ways things are, I can't do anything about it. Yo, you can. If you want to do something about it, you can absolutely do something about it. Because there is not a single thing in this whole world that is stagnant. Everything changes for a reason. So, essentially, these three myths that people created have trapped us in a cycle of just chasing more, leading to burnout, and really it's just dissatisfaction, a quiet desperation. So, what would happen is, what you need to do is let go of the chasing for more and focus on being sufficient and appreciating what you have, appreciating there is, you have an abundance of everything, appreciating that, oh, you have more than enough, and really focus on what is the minimal effort, on sufficiency. So, and when you nourish and share what you already have, it really is just expand naturally. What you appreciate appreciates, okay? It makes sense. So what you really love will essentially expand and be something larger than what you expect it to be. So the true abundance or the true path to wealth isn't about having an access. It's about living in a state of just being enough. When life is rich and fulfilling, that is when you're truly, truly living life. So just what I want you to do is shift from a you or me. Like, oh, it's either you will get that job or I will get that job. To you and me. We'll do it together. Mindset. It really is help with, let me think, it's help with the loneliness that all of us are experiencing. Because if you have a companion that would do something with you and me, life will be just a lot easier. And don't worry, there is enough for everyone. And in this new paradigm, prosperity really just flow to everyone if you're willing to give it out. So what I mean is that just really don't not don't really just share what you have, and people, and essentially you'll start receiving what you want. That is really, it's just prosperity as its core. You will enjoy what you're doing, and life will start giving what you really want. There is. So that's pretty much all for this video. It's a bit of a low rant, but yeah, it's kind of cool to talk about these kind of concepts. I enjoy it. So, but other than that, if you want, you can check out my free course below, completely free. I'll just give it everything that I have for free. And once I have completed my next course, it'll be for completely free also. Just wait on that. I just gotta complete first. And I'll start giving everything for free. And yeah, so that's it for this video. But other than that, later.